Hey, it's the Terminian Hero here,
And Wild Shiny Kirby.
and we're playing some more F-Zero X. We're doing my custom Z Cup, the last custom tracks I have. So, yeah, a lot of these are going to be pretty hard. The computers have a hard time with a lot of these. In fact, our first one here is the only one that the computers are likely to survive.
Okay.
So, it's Mobius.
Okay.
Now, that's not a Sonic reference. And the track, it is a reference to something, though. Because it looks like a pretty small track, huh?
Mm-hmm.
It's twice as long as you think it is.
Cool.
So you know what track this is now, right? It's the Mario circuit on Mario Kart 8.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Well, now you're Drax, so now you've got just the normal cargo.
Oh, never cargo. Okay.
Not cargo, just cargo.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
3, 2, 1.
We'll see how the Z Cup treats us.
It won't treat you very nice.
Nope.
Also, I have blue flags on the first half of the track and red flags on the second, so you can see what half of the Mobius strip you're on.
Okay.
It's not really important, but it's,
It's a good indicator.
yeah, a nice little detail I put in. But yeah, this is definitely one of the shortest tracks I've made. The shortest one is obviously Death.
Yeah. Ooh. So we're seeing how... Well, I guess you said that the computers don't... are unlikely to survive most of the courses in this Z Cup.
Yeah.
So the challenge is to have more than just one of us survive. We have to pretty much both finish the first lap, because there's no guarantee the computers are going to finish a lap. And they'll end the race early.
At the very least, the one of us that is behind the other needs to survive long enough for the person in front to finish a lap.
Yeah, so we both don't need to finish, but we need to survive long enough for one person to finish a lap.
Yeah.
And I would assume at least one of the CPUs died there, because I finished third. And I feel like I did really bad. But I finished third, so...
There's no way they could have died. Not on that track. But on this track,
U-turn. Okay.
this one's one of those guaranteed AI extinction levels.
Mm-hmm.
So originally, I wanted it to be like Luigi Circuit.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, you can't really make straight lines in this track builder, so having the two parts overlap with each other perfectly just couldn't work out unless I did it like this, where it's vertical. So
Okay.
this is where some of my shenanigans come into place. I wanted to test what this was capable of, and I came up with a really unique idea. So you're gonna go forward, and you're gonna hit a really big jump. It's called U-turn for a reason, because when you land from that jump, the camera's going to be facing the right way, but your vehicle's going to be facing the camera. And you're going to need to do a U-turn in order to keep going down the track.
Okay.
And like I said, any parts of the track that are not the part you're currently on aren't physically there.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go the wrong way for too long, you will just fall through the track.
Cool.
I like to think of this as less of a proper track and more as a big F-Zero event. Like, hey, it's the annual U-turn event.
See who survives.
Yeah, make sure you jump straight, so.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, ooh, you're Beastman, the crocodile hunter guy, which is why his vehicle is Croc.
Croc, okay. I was gonna say, just looking at him, I'm like, he looks like Black Shadow in a crocodile outfit. Like, he's got some crocodile going on.
Alright, jump straight,
Uh,
and then... You know what? I'm gonna not finish this lap, so you have to do the U-turn.
okay. Running it back.
I'm not letting you not do a single U-turn. To successfully finish the track, you gotta do 6 U-turns, because it's 2 U-turns per lap.
Okay. So I have to drive straight. Do I need to...
You just want to drive straight so that you land back on the track.
Okay.
And then once you land, you want to do a U-turn.
Oh no, I landed, but I didn't do the U-turn. I was like, oh, the camera's behind me. I must be going the right way. Nope.
Well, I'm gonna go back the other way. I'm making you do this U-turn successfully.
I landed it, so I think I'll be able to get it this time, but that's so funny. This is so
I'm making you experience this unique track.
I feel like once you get it, it won't be hard. Like it's just gonna be rinse and repeat. But just getting it down the first time.
I mean, for the record, you can also turn without having the gas on.
Okay, good to know.
It's slower that way, but you can do it.
Right.
You did a U-turn!
Yay! I'm surprised the computer landed that.
Yeah, well, they gotta survive 6 of them.
Each time is less likely than the first.
I'm pretty sure they're all dead.
Yeah, they're dead now. I think one of them made the first one. But they did not make it past the others.
Yeah, they can survive the U-turns, but it's so rare that there's no way they'll survive all 6.
Yeah. Oh, so close. I was right behind you. See? Third time's a charm.
I didn't realize that was the last part.
That's exploded.
Yeah, it's fun watching that sometimes. Seeing how long they can last like that, but I didn't realize that was the last part of that lap. I thought it was the first half of that lap. Otherwise, I would have finished the track backwards and just left off the gas. So
That's funny.
anyways, the next track we might be on for a while.
Okay.
This is technically another big track, but not in the same sense as Big Hand, Big Foot, Big Kidney, and Big Yosh.
Big Yosh.
It just has big in the name. It's not a shape or anything. It's Big Top.
Okay.
So this is inspired by the circus and trapeze stuff.
Cool.
So the bottom is super wide like a big circus area. The top is very thin with some jumps. As thin as it can be.
Cool.
So yeah, this is another one of those guaranteed AI extinction tracks.
Can't wait.
We're gonna have trouble with this one.
I'm seeing the vision now. I'm picking it up.
Antonio Guster's got the blue fire to counter Samurai Goro's fireball.
Okay. This is very wide.
Yeah, this is as wide as it can be. And then it goes to as thin as it can be. And if you somehow make it past these jumps, be very careful not to go
Off edge.
like too fast on the second half. Yes! I was hoping that would happen. They all died before me.
Before you landed. Congrats, you crashed successfully.
Alright, let's try that again. Did you also see how thin the pit stop
Yeah.
was?
This is a tiny little strand of hair that was the pits.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, so I'm not sure how long this is gonna take. Like, I have an easy way out of this if you want to try it, but we should at least try for a little longer. No! You actually made...
No, I didn't think I made it. I think I made it back down, but I did not
forgot that
pass
this
the
would be a
checkpoint.
problem. But you actually made the jumps, which is crazy.
I pretty much just took my hand off the stick. once I knew I was straight, I'm like, I'm just gonna hold the gas.
I'm honestly impressed you made those jumps, especially with a lot of those parts not having walls. When I first started, like when I first made this track and I would practice it, it would take so long for me to get a successful lap in. But then when I came back to it like a year later, I had not as much of a problem. We're gonna have to do this again. I didn't fall off the side, but I was far enough. I was far enough over to the side that I missed the jump. Because I was trying to get that pit. The pit stop. So I don't think we're gonna have to do my strategy that I was worried we would have to use, just because you are getting pretty consistent at this, but the strategy I was gonna suggest is one of us just stays behind.
One of us stays here. That's funny.
Whoa, someone bumped me on that. Slow down. Okay. We both made it.
Yay!
And we're the only ones, I assume. Yeah, we
Yeah.
are. Yeah, like I said, guaranteed AI extinction event on this track.
Oh yeah.
I almost wasn't going fast enough to make that jump.
Oh, I'm dead. I'm dead. I got too greedy with the little pits right there. I was like, I need a heal so I can boost. Nope. What was that? Third time? Fourth time?
I think it was the fourth time, which, you know, we did better than I thought we would.
Okay.
Our next track is another AI extinction one. Mountain. So this is the longest track I've made.
You don't say.
And, yeah, so this is kind of inspired by a few things. First of all, it's like, you know, driving around the Rocky Mountains, you know, where you've got those cliff edges where it seems really sketchy, which is to say a lot of these curves don't have edges.
Cool.
It's also a mountain, so at the top there's some ice, and if you're not going at a snail's pace when you get there, you will die. And this was kind of also inspired by a reverse DK mountain, but it's kind of more like Makawoohoo,
Okay.
where you go up the mountain and then you jump off back to the start.
Okay.
And make sure you don't skip the finish line, because then you'll fall through the track. So...
Words I never thought I'd hear in a racing game. Don't jump over the checkpoint, otherwise you will die.
Oh, so now you're Black Shadow. That means you got the bad boy.
Bad boy.
And look at his stats.
Bad.
Aside from the default, this was the first car I made.
That's fun. Okay, let's see how he does off-roading on the mountain. I'm gonna take my time with this one.
That's a good idea. It means that even if you don't survive, I might finish the lap before you die.
Yeah. I'm gonna take my time. I'm barely gonna Put my pedal to the metal. Slam into the wall right before there was no edges.
Okay. That was scary.
Nope. Okay. Well,
Hopefully the CPUs can survive a lap.
the person in third was going pretty slow, so there's hope, I guess. So you're on the final ascension, almost at the peak. I think. I'm guessing.
We're almost to the ice. Oh yeah, and when you do the jump at the end, I have arrows pointing in
Where
the
you
way.
have
Yeah.
to jump. I feel like the CPU just fell off the edge right there. Oh no! So yeah, the one that was right next to you was
I did it.
the one that was right next to you fell off, but the person that is in third is like so far behind, and yeah, they just died. I was watching them, and like, oh, their bubble stopped.
Well, you know, it worked.
Yeah.
It all worked out somehow.
On to the 5th course.
Yeah, so I don't know if you've noticed the pattern, but so far every 5th course has been big something.
I have not noticed that.
So we've had Big Kidney and Big Yosh. What do you think the next one is?
I don't know.
Big DNA.
Good. It was just on the tip of my tongue.
So, during the first half of this track, we're gonna be on the inside. On the second half, we're gonna be on the outside. Now, when we switch from inside to outside, you're gonna want to go real slow, otherwise you're gonna fly off the track.
Okay.
And then, when we are on the outside, you're gonna want to not bump the walls too much and not boost too much, otherwise you will also fall off the track. Just because you're barely hanging on when you're on the outside.
Okay.
So, like, I mean, if you're not hitting walls and you hit 2 boosts in a row, immediately let go of the gas or you'll fly off.
Okay.
I didn't mention the testing, but I specifically tested all of these tracks with Captain Falcon's normal vehicle, as well as all 3 super vehicles and the default. So, I figure that pretty much covers everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, now you're the Skull, who's basically Ghost Rider,
Yep.
which is why he has the rider.
Good.
But yeah, so try not to go too fast when, like, go super slow when transitioning to the second half, and don't go too fast when you're on the outside.
I like how good the preview.
Oh, I was looking at your screen.
I like how good the preview looked of it, and then the minimap one just looks like stairs. Doesn't translate well to minimap.
I know, this is a unique big...
Whoa.
I know, right? But yeah, this is a unique big course because I didn't make it 2D.
Yeah. Oh my god. I slammed to the wall and almost did like a flip. I'm like, oh. I mean, I guess we are upside down right now, it looks like, so. Uh-oh.
So this track isn't an AI extinction map, but it is a map where they can go extinct.
Yeah.
But it's not, like, guaranteed or anything.
Probably at the point where you're going in and out of the strand. Or when you start to go inside of it. I am in second, so they are dead. So I point that out, saw that.
Yeah, well, we've both made a lap, so
Yeah.
we're good. We're better than they are, at least.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna make it out of the cylinder this time. Oh. Psych! I did it. Cylinders just scare me because I never know how long they're gonna be and when the floor is gonna appear. so far ahead of me. I was like, oh, I see healing on his screen. No! I just got to the healing! Okay, well, I feel like it bodes pretty well for the back half of this cup. The third cup gave us the most work so far. I know we still have one left, but the third one was the hardest so far.
Yeah, the next track is another one of those that's not quite a guaranteed AI extinction, but it can happen.
Okay.
Now, what do you think the final track is? What would be the best way to end this off?
Big Rainbow Road.
Okay, so I love the fact that I did this, but due to the height limitations, I had to make it really small.
Okay.
Which means that, I mean, the track isn't as thin as it could be, but I had to make it thin. And, so when you get to the end of an arch and it turns, I tried to make it so it goes straight, but obviously you're changing from moving slightly right to moving slightly left. So you are gonna have to slightly change the direction you're turning. And the way it looks, you have to turn the opposite direction of the way it looks like you would have to turn.
Oh, I've seen cars, so I know to turn right to go left.
And then when you get further down into the arches, there's 6 arches, and when you get further down, you get to the point where going fast makes you more likely to fly off.
Okay.
And the bottom arch is so dangerous, you gotta go so slow that I ended up putting like a bunch of red flags and dirt there to warn you and slow you down.
Hey, slow down!
And it can still be too much. But if you do fly off there, there's a chance you might be able to land back on the track near the finish line, if you're lucky.
Okay.
So, that's Big Rainbow. Let's try it out.
Okay.
Oop. And we've already seen all the vehicles, so nothing to say here.
Nope.
It's just Ghost Rider versus Captain Falcon.
Wonder who's gonna win. My money's not on Captain Falcon. The mini map.
It's a very mini map.
This looks like a Lucky Charm marshmallow.
Oh yeah, these pit stops are super thin too because of how thin I had to make the track in order to make it work.
The Rainbow Road music's playing.
Yeah.
I forgot. Yeah, you said you wanted to use the all the music at least once,
Yeah.
and we haven't used it yet. So.
Well, we did on Rainbow Road X, the one from the X Cup.
Yeah. I didn't know if those were counted in it, but I guess that makes sense. Oh no! Well, you're in second, so that bodes well, right? Hey, there we go!
Yeah, I mean, we finished, so...
Yay! So I survived 3 or 4 of the Z Cup courses, I think. So I didn't make it through Mountain, and I didn't make it through this one. But others, I think...
I mean, I forced you to make it through U-Turn.
Yo. I didn't finish U-Turn, but I didn't die in it.
Yeah, I mean, you were gonna finish.
Yeah.
The only reason you didn't finish was because the CPUs didn't.
Right, they had died already.
Are we going out with a bang?
Oh?
I mean, you do have those slots.
Oh.
We haven't been using them lately.
Yeah, I've been so focused on watching you finish a custom course.
I mean, you're not gonna see anyone else do these courses. Although, like I said, I am gonna leave instructions for how to recreate these courses, so... Maybe people will actually play them someday. Probably on an emulator.
Yeah, probably
But-
not on authentic hardware.
But who knows if they
Well-
do NSO or whatever.
Right.
I mean, I finished. Cool.
Yay!
Yeah, I'm gonna go over some stats here.
Okay.
Specifically with the length of all the courses. So, out of my 20 courses, the shortest course was Death, being 2,366 meters.
Okay.
Then it was Curves, one of the X Cup ones, 30, which was 34.95. Then U-Turn, which was 36.05. Then Dunes, which was 45.36. Valley, which was 5,040. Mobius, which was 51.34. Whiplash, 53.58. Big Kidney, which was 55.58. Rainbow Road X, which was 55.75. Mushroom, which was 6,040. Big Top, which was 6,043, only 3 meters longer than Mushroom. Then there was Tower, which was 64.90. Infinity, which was 69.11. Tutorial, which was 71.59, which I think it's funny that that's one of the longer ones, but
Yeah, give a tutorial.
but you know, I wasn't really thinking of the length when I was doing the tutorial, you know. It made it big for people to see, you know.
Right, yeah.
Then there's Big Rainbow, which was 71.80. Then there was Big DNA, which was 91.47. Big Yosh in 4th. So Big DNA was 5th. Big Yosh in 4th at 99.43. Double Dragon in 3rd at 10,614 meters. Vortex in 2nd with 14,842 meters. And Mountain in 1st with 16,632 meters. So yeah, compare that 16,000 with Death's 2,000.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's a pretty big jump.
So yeah, that's pretty much it for F-Zero X. Again, I've got 4 more videos coming for this, 2 of them being tutorial videos on making vehicles and making tracks, and 2 of them just being how to recreate my cars and tracks. So yeah, look forward to that. And until then, I'm the Terminian Hero.
And I'm Wild Shiny Kirby.
And we will see you next time for something else.
Bye.